2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verses 21, and the Bible reads, God made him who had no sin to be sin for us, so that in him we might become the righteousness of God. This is the great doctrine of substitution, where our guiltiness, our condemnation, and the death penalty that was upon us was removed from us and placed on Jesus Christ. God treated Jesus Christ as if he had sinned and as if he was sin itself, as if he was a sinner. And then God looked at us and says, we are his righteousness. Now, we need to know something about Jesus Christ even before we make such great claims. First Peter chapter 2 and verses 22, and it says, he committed no sin, and no deceit was found in his mouth. This is Jesus Christ as he lived here on earth. He committed no sin. And yet his assignment of coming here on earth was to deliver us human beings. So he was only going to deliver us by giving us his life and taking our life for his own. So there was that legal exchange between Jesus Christ and us, such that when God looked at Jesus Christ hanging on that cross, it was only sin of mankind that he was seeing. No wonder even Jesus Christ would cry out and say, Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani. Hebrews chapter 4 and verses 15 also says, for we do not have a high priest who is unable to empathize with our weaknesses, but we have one who has been tempted in every way, just as we are, yet he did not sin. Now, of all the people that have lived here on earth, of all the seeds of Adam that have seen the face of this earth, only Jesus Christ was able to love God with all his heart, with all his mind, and with all his mighty. Only Jesus Christ. And he was the only one that lived here on earth and he never sinned, even when he was tempted in every way as we are. Now, we need to pause there. Think of how you are easily entangled in your temptations. Think of how we human beings are easily overtaken by temptations. Just think of that temptation that so easily entangles you. And yet Jesus Christ was tempted by it, and yet he overcame. So Jesus Christ is our perfect example. He is our perfect righteousness. He is our perfect way and our way shower. Our only Jesus Christ, who is worth and able to overcome anything that the world can throw at him. Now, allow me to go further here. I want to believe that Jesus Christ was even tempted beyond any other man was ever tempted, because his humanness was tempted. His humanness was tested. He went for days hungry. He went around Palestine and around Galilee, around Judea and Jerusalem on foot, working and walking every day. And in John chapter 9, he says, I must do the works of him that sent me. So every time Jesus Christ was working, his body was tired. No wonder he would sleep many times on the boats. And so Jesus Christ was tempted in his flesh. And also, Jesus Christ was tempted in his spirit, in his godliness. His divinity was tempted Jesus Christ as God was tempted even beyond measure, and yet in all those temptations he overcame. And we know those common ones, and those are not the only temptations of Jesus Christ. The ones we read in Matthew 4, those are not the only temptations that Jesus Christ went through. Those are just some of them. So Jesus Christ was tempted in every way. I can imagine how today we are tempted. People are tempted with the love of money. We have seen people, friendships ending because of money. We have seen families selling each other because of money. Even Jesus Christ and his friend Judas Iscariot, there was an issue of money there. Drugs today, they have become a problem to humanity. Sex, uh, sexual um, related issues have become an issue. Sexual immorality today is now an issue. Toxic businesses, toxic relationships, and yet we call God our Father. People come from dysfunctional families. The pride and the fame, all those have come about here in this world. And in all those things, Jesus Christ was tempted in every way. So, through Jesus Christ, we have the complete full package of forgiveness from God. Our forgiveness is complete. And through Jesus Christ, we have the full assurance of redemption and the full assurance of heaven. We were candidates for hell. We were on the list of people going to hell, people who are condemned. And because of what Jesus Christ did, we are candidates of heaven. Not to say that once saved, always, but we need to always do something for our salvation. We need to add to our salvation. We need to work on our salvation. We need to be alert for our salvation. We need to be conscious for our salvation. We need to be aware of things that surround us, of perils, of temptations, of things that can derail us from the will of God. And that is what I mean when I say we need to work our salvation. I'm not saying that we need to do something so that God can see that, yes, we are now doing what is right so that we can be saved. Jesus Christ has already done it for us, and all we need to do is to believe in him. And when his spirit has come upon us, he is going to cause us to do things that are spiritual, things that are positive, and things that are of the spirit. So you and I are the righteousness of God. I am the life of Jesus Christ. When God looks at me, when God looks at you, he sees his son, Jesus Christ. There's even a hymn that I would love to share the lyrics. And this is a song that we used to sing back then when I was still in secondary school. And he says, God made him who had no sin. Instead of ourselves, he offered him. Oh, holy God was offered for us. It's hard to believe we can be spiritually well. The loving God tasted the essence of hell. Holy God was offered for us. God in the flesh lived as man. Will of the Father fulfilling his plan. Jesus condemned, taking our place. Now we are in him and we will see his face. God made him who had no sin. Instead of ourselves, he offered him. Holy God was offered for us so that we might become the righteousness of God. And indeed, as you go through this, may this encourage you and encourage the meditation of your heart, knowing fully well that God gave his son Jesus Christ so that we can be the righteousness of God. May God bless you.